First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liaoning. Homage to Master Sakya Kong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dukten Dorje. Homage to the three jewels of the altar, and homage to the main deity of Homa today, Vajra Sattva, the Vajra heart, Vajra hand. Dansankatso Dukten Siddhi. All Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here in North India. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? I stay Sarangi. Hola, amigo. Te quiero mucho. Sekomi. Ichiban. Kimochi ii. Kini. Yaki. Bling bling. Konnichiwa. Tasichere, everyone. Now I would like to make an announcement for next Sunday, November 22nd, 3 p.m. There will be Kala Chakra Homa fire offering ceremony. As we know, Kala Chakra in Tibetan Tantrayana, the ones who are presiding over Kala Chakras, Panchen Lama, Dalai Lama, and a few other great living Buddhas like Kung Tang Chang. And not very many people can preside or conduct Kala Chakra ceremonies. It is also extremely difficult to receive Kala Chakra empowerment. And for next Sunday, we will have Kala Chakra fire offering ceremony. And the mudra is the mudra of the wheel of time, and the mantra, 10 syllables. 10-syllable mantra of Kala Chakra. Kala Chakra is Sakyamuni Buddha at the ceremony at the and went to South India at the Jixiangmi Jita and manifested there. Therefore, Kalachakra was an emanation of Sakyamuni Buddha. So Sakyamuni Buddha emanated as Kalachakra, and he had 3 wheel of time. One is the outer wheel of time and inner wheel of time. And when the outer and inner wheels of time merge, that becomes the special wheel of time. So therefore there are 3 chakras or 3 wheels of times. So everything from formation to deterioration to emptiness are all all under control of time. Therefore, Kalachakra is in charge of everything. And today we had the Homa of Vajrasattva. What does it mean, Vajra? What does Vajra mean? The first meaning is indestructible. And the second inner meaning is emptiness, empty nature. Indestructible, empty nature. He's a bodhisattva. That's why it's sattva. He's called sattva. He symbolizes the Adharma Buddha and 5 Dhyani Buddhas. He's the 7th Vajradhara or Vajra holder. And he is the founder, the first patriarch of Tantric Buddhism. Nagarjuna, when he opened the iron gate at the South India, he met Vajrasattva, the iron pagoda in southern India. And Vajrasattva transmitted to Nagarjuna the mandala of Dharmadhatu and Vajradhatu. So Nagarjuna is also a patriarch of Tantrayana. Normally when we chant the Vajrasattva 100 syllable mantra, which is familiar to everybody, that's the long mantra of Vajrasattva. And the short mantra, that's the short mantra, Om Pecca Sato Ahom Pe. And the long mantra is the 100 syllable mantra. Every Tantric Buddhist practitioner should know 100 syllable mantra. All of them. So he is the founder of Vajrayana, Tantrayana. So by receiving the empowerment today, it's the same as receiving the empowerment from the founder of Tantrayana. Prior to the Dharma teaching, I would like to start with a joke. The grandma sent a text to her grandson. Please hide soon, quickly. And your teacher, because you skipped school, came to home to look for you. And the grandson replied, Grandma, you should hide yourself soon, because I called my teacher and told her that my grandma passed away. That's why I will skip school today. But at that time, Grandma was opening the door for the teacher. And the teacher asked, and you are? Who are you? And the grandma replied, this is the 7th day of my death, so I came back to check on them. Those are lies. When I was little, I skipped schools too. Skipping schools and go to other places to play. Of course, then my report cards were bad. Therefore, there's always cause and effect in everything. Okay, let's hear another joke. A man and a woman, to get along, the woman should give way to the man all the time. For example, like me, whatever I do, I would let my boyfriend do it for me. For example, let him do the laundry, cook, wash the dishes, and to tidy it up. That's not quite right. Now we will do the question and answer. From Malaysia, Zhou Limin. Hua Xunmin. If Padma Kumara is a yidam, then after gaining spiritual response with Root Guru in the Root Guru Yoga, can one request for a protector's empowerment and then practice it? So the stages for empowerments at Tribhuda school initially is the refuge empowerment or initiation. And the refuge initiation empowerment includes the 4 preliminary practices. There are many empowerments that are quite complicated. There are some Tibetan tantric guru who are like requiring each empowerment for each practice of the 4 preliminary practices. But for us, we make it simple. By taking refuge and receiving refuge initiation, you can start practicing all the preliminary practices. Then you can request for the empowerment for Root Guru. And if Padmakumara is our yidam, and you have gained spiritual union with the Root Guru, then you can request for 2 kinds of empowerments. One is for the protector's empowerment and practice, and you can also start your inner tantric practices and request their empowerments. And empowerments are divided into 4 key empowerments. One is the most fundamental, refuge, which is the vase empowerment. And the vase empowerment includes up to the yidam empowerments, including also protectors' empowerments. And second is the inner empowerment, the empowerment of red and white flowers, or the empowerment of white and red bodhi. Those are called the inner empowerment, inner tantra empowerment. And the third kinds of empowerment is when you have become the able one. Then you can receive the third kind of empowerment, which is the highest Yoga Tantra. And the fourth kind of empowerment, or fourth level of empowerment, is the empowerment of great perfection. So Buddha School has 4 kinds of empowerments: the vase empowerment, the red and white flower empowerment, the highest Yoga Tantra empowerment, and the great perfection empowerment. 4 kinds of empowerments. So as soon as you have gained spiritual response or spiritual union, then you can request for the inner Tantra empowerment of red and white flower, and also the protector's empowerment. That's my answer to the question asked by Zhou Min from Malaysia. Next, Taiwan, Lian Hua Seng Neng. Grandmaster and Simu. In entering Samadhi, are there any difference between the single-mindedness of Samadhi and entering into empty nature? What are their differences? Please guide.
进入三昧地专一，定离一和进入空性两者的差别在哪里？
In entering Samadhi, are there any difference between the single-mindedness of Samadhi and entering into empty nature? Let me answer with math. The single-mindedness of Samadhi is about concentration, one. And entering into empty nature is 0. So one is 1 and the other one is 0. Single-mindedness is 1. Entering into empty nature is 0. After single-mindedness and there's no more 1, then there would be 0. And with 0 you enter into empty nature. And the difference between 1 and 0 is there. So someone should understand the difference. When you're in full concentration, that's single-mindedness, and that's 1. And when the 1 is gone, that would be 0. And what is 0? That's empty nature. So that's the full concentration or single-mindedness of samadhi and entering into empty nature. That's the difference. That's to answer Taiwan Lien Hoa Sung Nam. Next, Taiwan. Xi Hong Sun. I pay homage to the beloved Grandmaster Living Buddha Lien Sung. I have some questions about my practice. 1. During meditation, in the main part of the practice, after performing the visualization of oneness, I enter and enter me. Can I listen to music to help relax myself and concentrate my mind? Is this allowed? Use music to help relax and concentration after the visualization of oneness. Is this allowed? Let me tell you this question. After the visualization of oneness, typically the visualization of I enter and enter me, that's from two to become one. One is me or I, and what is I? That's the practitioner. And the other I is the outer I, the outer yidam, or the practice Rudguru, yidam or protector, to enter into your body, and the union of the two. That's called the visualization of oneness, or I enter and enter me. And afterwards, can I listen to music to help myself relax and concentrate my mind? There is the question. After visualizing the oneness, how can you stand up and play the music? You're already concentrating. How come after concentration you stand up and play the music? Then it becomes 1 and 2 and 3. And the third thought would occur. So you use music to guide you to I enter and enter me. And use music to help yourself relax and concentrate your mind. That's allowed. That complies with the Dharma. Like listening to the sound of water, the sound of flowing water, or the sound of rain, to guide you to concentrate, to relax your body, to guide your mind to concentrate. It's okay to listen to music. So whether it is the visualization of oneness or entering into samadhi, If by listening to music you can relax yourself and forget about everything, and you're listening to music until eventually the music is gone, even when the music is still playing. And when the music is gone, boom, and you have entered into samadhi. That's allowed. That's the first question. Second question. When chanting Guru Gule Buddha Mother mantra, we need to set up 5 handles and 5 bouquets of flowers. Can I just use 5 blossoms of flowers or 5 pots of flowers? Do they have to be red? How about pink or purplish? Is that allowed? When chanting Guru Gule Buddha Mother mantra, we need to set up 5 candles. You know, the candles it's best to be red, because Guru Gule is red. It's a magnetizing Dharma. So even the fruits that you offer should be red. All the offering items should be red. Everything should be red. And the candles should be red too. And 5 blossoms of flowers, as long as they're red. And pink flowers are okay too. And purplish red are okay too. As long as it is red. So red that it becomes purple. It should be okay. The color should be red. Because Guru Gule Buddha Mother is red. So chanting this mantra, you need 5 red candles, 5 blank bouquets, 5 blossoms, or 5 pots of red flowers, as long as they are red. That's answer to the second question. The third question. The only place I can do smoke offering is at the balcony on the 2nd floor. But looking down, there is a ghost temple next to it. Can I still do my smoke offering there? You know what is temple for ghosts and spirits? Yu In Kong, Bai Xin Kong, Miao. They are in Taiwan. Yu In Kong, Bai Xin Kong. Those are temples for ghosts. They worship wandering spirits and souls. So the wandering or masterless ghosts and spirits. So the 2nd floor balcony, if you look down, there's a temple for the ghosts and spirits. You have invoked Chenrezig, the 4-armed Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, as the main yidam, and if you have set up the boundary protection, you are able to still do the smoke offering. There are many kinds of boundary protection, many of them, that I have taught. you can protect and set boundary protection for your own body, then you will be unaffected. Once you are protected, then you're totally unaffected. You first establish the Vajra walls, and on top you use the Vajra net. Underneath where you sit or the place of your Dharma practice is the Vajra foundation, and you sit on top of the crossed Vajra. On the Tanka there is the Vajra, the cross Vajra scepters. That's the Vajra foundation. On your four sides are the Vajra walls, and above you is the Vajra net, and then surrounded by the Vajra fire. That's the protection for your own body. Then you would not be invaded by anything. And when you do smoke offering, you invoke Chenresuk to take charge, so that all the offering items of your smoke offering can be offered to your own attached spirits and karmic creditors to please them. As soon as they feel happy, they will not obstruct you anymore. Then in your spiritual cultivation, it would be easier to have attainments. So smoke offering is for karmic creditors. But some people say, is it okay if I do smoke offering for the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas? Yes, that's allowed too. Then you use better incense, better incense powder, better clothing, foods, transport, and better items. So it's okay to offer to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in smoke offering too. But for smoke offering, it's more important to offer to your karmic creditors, so that you can get rid of obstructions in your spiritual cultivation. The teacher asked Xiaoming, Xiaoming, can you explain what does this idiom mean, that you're unrivaled? But instead, Xiaoming replied, right. It's a play of words in Chinese. So like you're an orphan at birth. That's what Xiaoming said. So get out of here. So you cannot explain literally, that's why sometimes. Let's share another joke. At the high school exam in English class, the female classmate sitting next to me was very serious, And the key is she's willing to write answers for me. But to prevent suspicion, so I intentionally changed and made mistakes. And then the result came out, and the female classmate was last in class. And because I changed a few of the answers, so I was second to last. So I would like to say a thing here. When you follow a guru, it is very important. You have to have wisdom. You need to be able to discern and differentiate that the guru you follow is first and foremost number one or last. Human beings are blind. After listening to people's boasting, and you thought that they're number one, and you followed him for quite a while, and then you realize that he's actually one from the last, the first from the last. That's why whatever you do, you have to use your own wisdom to discern. And to discern or to distinguish whether what the guru is talking about is real or fake. So you need to use your own wisdom to differentiate the guru that you follow. You cannot just follow blindly. Like in Tantra Buddhism, we say that before taking refuge in a guru, first you need to observe carefully and check if he is truly able. Is he the real able one? Is he the real guru with true proofs of spiritual attainments? And before the confirmation, you need to observe carefully. If he's the truly able one with real proofs of his attainments, and you can clearly understand what he talks about, then it's okay to take refuge in him. But after taking refuge in him, you should not be doubtful or suspect him at all. Don't suspect him anymore after taking refuge. That's how it is. So in choosing a guru in the ancient time, the disciple observed the to-be guru for 3 years, and the guru observes the to-be disciple for 3 years. But of course, like today, we don't follow such rules. However, in order to take refuge in a guru, you have to be very conscientious, and you need to be very cautious and prudent, and you have to use your wisdom to discern. So now let's expound Lamdre. The verse, meditation on Om and quiet contemplation, etc. It refers to when the mind Qi calmly concentrates on the quiet contemplation of the Om character. It will give rise to the spiritual experiences of the 4 dhyana heavens of the realm of form. 1. Meditation with seeking and serving. Although seeking to have marvelous desire appearances, one is not attached to it. It is called, in quote, greed with seeking. By knowing that all phenomena is the transformation of our own minds, it is called with serving. This is also due to knowing the meditation as a result of the execution of the subtle wisdom of all sorts of scattered causes and effects coming and going. That's the first one. Second, meditation with joy and bliss. The mind gives rise to the sensation of joy. One is harmless even when encountering fiendish situations. Of frightening situations, the body experiences bliss and one does not feel any colds or no heat. Third, meditation with joy beyond happiness, beyond bliss, knowing that the body has become one taste with the mind. One abandons the joyous sensation of the body and left with only the joyous experience of the mind. One tearfully trembles in laughter. Fourth, meditation with equality, equanimity, and complete purity. Going beyond the bliss and joy of the body and mind, one single-mindedly abides in meditation. This is the spiritual experience of the 4 quiet contemplation. It does not follow the graduated path. Let it be and maintain it. The 4 formless dhyanas. The authentic merging. This is for the formless one. So let me first talk about the spiritual experiences of the 4 dhyana heavens of the heavenly realm of form. The 4 dhyana heavens, there are 4 kinds of meditations. We subdivide them into 4 kinds. These are the spiritual experiences of the heavenly realm of form. 1 is the initial meditation, 2nd level meditation, 3rd level meditation, and 4th level meditation. Anyone has entered into the initial meditation? It's rather easy to enter into the first or initial meditation when you enter samadhi. It's rather easy. Anybody has entered into initial meditation? Let me tell you. In meditation, there are the 8 touches. And during the initial meditation, there are these 8 contacts or emotions. And one of them is movement, like when I join my palms. That's the sensation of movement or when you feel itch all over your skin, like the ants crawling on your skin. Or you feel warmth, or you feel cool, nice and cool. Or you feel a sensation of bliss or joy. Those are all phenomena of the first or initial meditation. No need to feel anything. So you have attained the first level of meditation, and there are 3 heavens at that level. And which is the Brahma heavens. Those are for the initial meditation. So, for the consciousness, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, you have 2 of them have gone. So the tongue and the nose and the sense of smell, the sense of taste, these 2 senses are gone in the initial meditation. So in the initial meditation, there are 3 heavens associated with it. That's the key. Then you need to know that you have reached this initial stage of meditation. And the second stage of meditation. And there are 3 heavens related to the second level of meditation. The slight light heavens, and then the heaven of light and sound, and then the heaven of the auspicious light. So on the second stage of meditation, you would feel joy and bliss. It's very difficult to differentiate between joy and bliss. And joy belongs to the realm of desire. And in the initial stage of meditation, there's the sensation of bliss. And on the second stage of meditation, all that you have left is the joy. There are 3 heavens at the second stage of meditation. And then on the third stage of meditation, there are also 3 heavens. And the minor purity heaven, or Parita Supa, and boundless purity heaven, and the all pure heaven, or Supa Krishna. So they focus on purity. So the third stage of meditation, so the minor purity heaven, boundless purity heaven, and all pure purity heaven. And at the boundless purity heaven, we know Vishnu is there. In Hinduism, we know Mahaswara is in the heavenly realm of desire, Shiva. And Brahma, the creator of human beings and the earth, is the Brahma heaven. That is the initial stage of meditation in the realm of form. And Vishnu is the boundless purity heaven. Minor light heaven. So the three major gods in Hinduism, the first and foremost is Vishnu, which is the omnipresent purity heaven, or the boundless purity heaven, or all purity heaven. And then we entered into the fourth stage of meditation. And there are many opinions in these heavens. There are 6 heavens in the fourth stage of meditation. And we can say that they have equanimity and equality. And there you have conformed to one thing, which is the nature of equality, the wisdom of the equal nature at the fourth stage of meditation. And there are a total of 6 heavens, and of them there are the did you check? You memorize it? Are you reading it? Yeah, I have memorized it before. So he's a real Buddhist. The master does not memorize them, but I know basically there are 6 heavens there. Some people say 8, some people 10, but basically 6 heavens. 上见天、上行天、福生天、福爱天、广博天。That's the fourth stage of meditation at the realm of form. And 色究竟天. And the highest heaven at the realm of form is the ultimate form heaven. I don't memorize them, but he did. So he must be serious in his Buddhist studies. So this is divided into 4 kinds of meditations. One is meditation with seeking and serving. Second, meditation with joy and bliss. Third, meditation with joy beyond bliss. And fourth, meditation with equality, equanimity, and complete purity. So the initial stage of meditation is the meditation with seeking and serving. The second stage of meditation is meditation with joy and bliss. And the third stage of meditation is meditation with joy beyond bliss. And the fourth stage of meditation is meditation with equality, equanimity, and complete purity. So, Danzen Katsu, if you want to learn these things, you have to learn from Lin Wang master for the basic, for the foundations. So all the Dharma masters in the future that you want to transmit Buddha Dharma and to deliver sentient beings, these are important to remember. But Grandmaster is lazy. I don't remember those. I don't like memorizing. And you know, in school, I hate memorizing. You know why I don't like English? Because I don't like to memorize all those words. Memorizing all the vocabularies. Oh, it's quite... It's hard enough to learn Chinese. And I don't know about the simplified Chinese. But after I mastered the traditional Chinese, it's easy to learn the simplified Chinese. So I just focus on my Chinese. But my Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, is also not good. With the radicals, if there's the radicals, you read the right side, without radicals, read the middle one. I don't master it very well. And now I have aged, and I have forgotten a few more words. And sometimes when I learn, I forgot. And because I forgot, I replace it using other characters. You know, when I write, and I have to get up, and I have to go and ask Simu, and that would be a waste of a lot of time. And she has to check her cell phone, but she knows about the phonetics, and she can check the characters on her cell phones. But I have no cell phones, so I use other words. And I would change it when I remember. Just for the Chinese, it's already so hard, and I have to memorize the English words. And I didn't want to immigrate. I never thought of it. But Golden Mother told me, go to America. She did tell me in 1980, go to America. At that time, I didn't know English, and Simu, when she was studying, she loved English, but I hated. English is yucky. I hated it, but she loved it. But coming here, I just rely, just kind of touch it, barely breathe it, to learn a few words. What a pitiful that we, without any English knowledge, come to the world of English. Fo Qing and Fo Qi often told us, you too, not knowing any English, and brought two of us kids here, and you even made quite a career. The worldwide Troubadour school that was founded here in America. And Fo Qing said, I truly admire you, my dad and mom. They did not know any English, and yet they founded quite a success here. So therefore, you have to study To be a real Buddhist, you have to be very serious in your Buddhist studies in order to have attainments. If you don't put your effort into it, then you would not be good at anything. So the initial stage of meditation, there is still bliss of the heavenly realm of desire. But although there is bliss, but you cannot find anything real. So that's meditation with seeking and serving. And you know that's the transformation of your own minds. That's called the with serving. And the second meditation is with joy and bliss. Second stage of meditation. Second dhyana. First dhyana, second dhyana. The mind gives rise to the sensation of joy, and one is harmless even when encountering fierce situations. I have said in the second dhyana, nothing can harm Grandmaster. So whatever I encounter, that would be with joy. Nothing can harm me. Even when other people harm me, I am still joyful because you have reached the second dhyana, the second stage of meditation. So even when other people slander and defame, and I'm still joyful, it doesn't matter. No big deal. It's none of my business. I'm still happy and joyful. That's the stage of meditation, that you are unaffected by the 8 winds. That's the second dhyana. And the third dhyana is the meditation with joy beyond bliss. You have abandoned the realm of desire, only joy. That the body and mind are the same, are one taste. Body and mind are one taste. One abandons the joy sensation of the body and left only with the joyous experience of the mind. So you have abandoned your body, and it's only the joy of Buddha nature. And you can laugh, tremble, and tearing, and shed tears because you have understood. That's the tear of joy. Sometimes you see Grandmaster cry so gravely at the Dharma throne, and just in a few moments start to laugh happily. And some disciples said, attending Grandmaster ceremony, they cry so badly together with Grandmaster and then laugh. Don't know why Grandmaster laughs so heartily afterwards. So that's the tear of joy. That's how it is. Fourth, meditation with equality, equanimity, and complete purity. That means you have attained the equality and forsaking. No more enemies, no more revenge, no hatred. It's the equality, equal forsaking. So you help and deliver good people as well as bad people. So going beyond the bliss and joy of the body and mind, one single-mindedly abides in meditation, the spiritual experience of the four quiet contemplation. It does not follow the graduated path and let it be and maintain it. And what does it mean to let it be and maintain it? Just to let it return to the original naturalness. Just let it grow, let it be, and just ignore it. But the Buddha said that at this time you should not have any arrogance. If you start to feel arrogant or haughty about it, then you can fall from the fourth dhyana directly into hells. That's why the Buddha once said that the monks at the fourth dhyana can fall into hells, because when you reach the fourth dhyana, you think that you're superior beyond everyone. Then you don't know about nirvana, and you become arrogant and haughty, and you would fall into hells. You become very proud and arrogant. Then you will still fall into hells. That's why you have to enhance the mind and just let it be, but by all means never to give rise to arrogance and pride, because arrogance is the same as the Mara or demon. Remember at all times never to give rise to pride and arrogance as a spiritual cultivator. Three elderlies are competing who has the worst Alzheimer. The first one said, "My Alzheimer is very severe. Every morning when I read the newspaper, I would forget if I'm reading it or I haven't finished reading it. That's severe." And the second elderly said, "What's so big deal about that? Every morning after I take off my pants and I sit on the toilet, and am I still making bowel movement or have I finished it? That's also severe." And the last elderly said, "So what's so big deal about that? My Alzheimer." Have I said it or am I still talking about it? So elderly people do have Alzheimer. So that's why don't laugh, don't laugh at me for being forgetful. The same with Sumu, that she would get out from the house and then come back again and forgot something and go back again into the house and again. Because sometimes it's the same, I would forget, have I taken my vitamins? I cannot take them again, right? And then I would ask any companions next to me that, have I taken them? I forgot. I should say that my Alzheimer should be a little less than Simu, because she often get out from the house and go back again, and get out from the house and go back again. And she always forgets something. But she only remembered one thing, which is when she was dating. Tell me. You know, I remember things that happened when I was young, but I forget things that happened recently. But things that left a deep impression, I would never forget them.